This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesianicristo.
You're tuned in to San Diego's The Next Wave.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in on another wonderful Saturday morning. I'm going to keep talking even though I don't see myself on the screen. There I am. There we are. And there you are. I am Sister Jan Tracy Camacho from the local congregation of North San Diego.
And I am Hannah Limon from the local congregation of Chula Vista.
And you are watching The Next Wave. Hannah, that was such a high energy intro. My heart is racing.
Ooh, all right, let's take a beat. And of course, we are going to talk about pulse check. How's your heart doing?
Oh yeah, my heart's doing fine, except for right now it's racing a lot because I had a lot of coffee.
Same here. And I am just excited to learn more about our discussion today. And of course, if you are watching at this moment and you want others to join in, make sure to share the link.
Yeah, share the link to everybody and make sure you are subscribed and that you like this video on our INCRadio YouTube channel. Hannah, how else can people participate in our show today?
Well, later on, we'll have our chat questions and also our discussion questions with our guest speaker. So, of course, make sure to leave your shout outs, your comments in the chat, and we'll get to your comment during our live show.
Oh, yes. And don't forget about our local shout out challenge and stay tuned until the end of the show. So when we announce the winners from last week's show. Okay. All right. We've taken a breath. We've calmed ourselves down a little bit. Yes. We're going to talk about heart health. I mean, I'm not a medical professional. Are you a medical professional?
Well, no, not really.
Okay, I mean, we're not experts.
Open to learning just so it can help us in our everyday living.
Yes, exactly. I mean, since neither of us are experts, let's bring in our expert into the room. Come on down, sister.
Let's welcome her in. Hello.
All right. Wow, you're so official. You have a lab coat and everything.
I'm wearing my work uniform.
Oh, wow. We're so honored to have you on our show. Wait a minute. Who are you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, of course. I'm glad to be here again. My name is Sister Mia Camaquin. I'm from the local congregation of Temecula Valley. I am a board-certified family nurse practitioner. I am also married. I have a handsome husband, Brother Ariel Camaquin, and I have two beautiful daughters, Avery and Maddox. I'm also in choir, and I'm an organist, and I'm also the vice president for the CMDPS, which stands for the Christian Medical, Dental, and Paramedical Society. If you are in the medical field or studying and you're over the age of 18, we want you to join.
All right.
A little shout out there for
CMDPS.
Yes.
Awesome. Before we dive into questions for you, Sister Mia, Hannah, do you have any questions for the live chat?
Yes, so again, if you are watching and listening to us right now, make sure to join in our discussion and we'll read your comments and your answers later throughout our show. So for our first question we have here, which habit do you think impacts heart health the most? Is it A, diet or what you eat, B, physical activity or what you do with exercise, and the latter, C, sleep, or D, let us know. Maybe it's something new or something that we might learn from our guest speaker today.
Awesome. All right. So we'll wait for all of your answers in the live chat and we'll be sure to read it later. Well, Sister Mia, what do you think is like the thing that impacts heart health the most between those three choices that we gave earlier?
Well, all of them impact health. And we're going to talk a little bit more into details. And so I think in order to understand the heart, we'll give you an example and we'll study the heart a little bit more.
All right, let's dive into our discussion then. So Sister Mia, when we hear cardiovascular health, it sounds intimidating. It sounds like a big set of words and I just don't know how to explain it and how to understand it. How would you explain it in simpler terms? Explain like I'm 5.
That's good because I have a 5-year-old.
She's on the side.
So she's here in the studio today. So let's look at these photos first. We have some diagrams I'd like to share. And this is the cardiovascular system. So remember, this is a vital system, meaning we can't live without it. And it is made up of the heart, blood and blood vessels. So if you can think about it, it's basically a pump and pipes of the body, and so responsible for transporting nutrients, oxygen, hormones, waste products. I know those are a lot of things, but all the good stuff, and helps to get out the bad stuff. And remember that it is, so if you look at these photos, you don't have to understand the blood flow. Okay, what I want you to take is see how complex it is. It's the heart that has to pump blood all the way up to the brain, the eyes, all the way down to the feet and toes. And it's also reaching the lungs and these special organs. So I want to give you a little example. Imagine your heart is pumping blood throughout the pipes. And say now your heart has to work harder because the pipes are not clean. Maybe they're a little bit clogged. So your heart has to work harder. It's going to push harder, but oh no, there's a blockage in the heart. This is an example of a heart attack. So what happens? Blood cannot supply the heart, and that can lead to a heart attack. Or maybe there's a blockage in the brain. This can lead to a stroke. And so what happens is then it can lead to tissue death, right? And that's what we want to prevent. And so if you are experiencing symptoms of maybe chest pain, difficulty breathing, or sometimes pain or pressure in the chest that moves to the shoulder, up into the jaw, we want you to seek medical attention.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Don't wait.
Correct.
Don't just think, I'm just tired.
Exactly. And this is why cardiac health is important for everyone. Why? Because cardiovascular disease is actually the leading cause of death globally and in the US. So meaning it's a number one killer for everyone. And heart health is also related or directly linked to a higher quality of life. What does this mean? Healthy aging. So when you think about heart health, you think, do I want to live longer? But do I also want to live and be able to walk and run when I'm older? Do I want to be able to hold my grandchildren? So think about the quality of life that you'd like when you're older. It also prevents chronic diseases. It maintains cognitive health, and it also lowers and prevents cancer.
A lot of strong points there, and why it's so important that we're talking about it now. Yeah. So actually, if we can look at some of the chat questions. So our question was, which habit do you think impacts heart health the most? So I see here our first comment from at Kovo. I think it's
Sister Phoebe.
Sister Phoebe and family, all of the above. Yes, it is all of the above, like our guest speaker has said.
Terry says, I think all of the above. All right. Everybody's saying all of the above.
Yes. Same for
Sister Merle.
Sister Merle, A, B, and C. Yes, all of them.
Oh, Broger says diet and activity is good for all, and you get happy too. Vista.
Yes. And from Sister Precious Capistrano, I'm a visual person. We appreciate these pictures to understand.
We love diagrams.
Yes.
I love picture books too.
Of course, you are also listening along, and if you are watching online, you can also see the information from our guest speaker.
That's right. Hannah, do we have another question for the live chat?
Yeah, so feel free to chime on in and let us know, and we'll read your answer later after our discussion question. So number 2, when it comes to heart health, what do you feel is the hardest to stay consistent with?
And I think that's related to the choices we presented.
Yes, so which was diet, physical activity, sleep, all of the above. So let us know what seems like the hardest to stay consistent with.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's continue our discussion while everybody's responding in the chat. Sister Mia, from your experience as a family nurse practitioner, what are some everyday habits, speaking of all these things, what are some everyday habits that have the biggest impact on heart health?
Absolutely. So very good question. And I think we all touched on about it. You're absolutely right. To the audience, keeping a healthy eating pattern, being more physically active, getting enough sleep are all very important. And we'll break this down further. And also make sure that we are not smoking, or this includes cigarettes, e-cigarettes, or even vaping, because it does cause, it can impact the heart health. And so let's focus first on the eating pattern. So if you notice, I didn't put diet, because sometimes when we hear the word diet, we get scared.
It has like a negative connotation.
Yeah, it
like
does.
Removing things or
depriving yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So remember, and all this information that I'm giving today to our audience is coming from the American Heart Association. It's not my opinion. We see this a lot in medical studies. And so this is what we see that's going to help promote heart health. So eating a healthy eating pattern. First of all, what's a pattern? It's something that you do every single day. It is consistency, right? So remember that even myself as a busy mother working full time, sometimes we have to go and get fast food or do something very
There's
fast,
a compromise
right?
somewhere.
Exactly. But remember, these are exceptions. It's not a habit.
Right.
And this is what we need to be doing every day, is eating a variety of fruits, vegetables, legumes, lean protein. So like skinless poultry, fish, seafood, and low fat dairy. So be mindful of also the portions that you're taking in. We want to avoid or limit sweetened drinks. So this includes coffee. So if you can do black coffee, black or tea. Also, we want to get the caffeine, and that's okay. But remember, once we start adding sweeteners, that's when it becomes less healthy. And then, of course, limiting our salty foods, processed foods, fatty foods. We want to avoid processed fats or trans fats, and this is the worst for heart health. This is artificial or basically processed oils that are liquids and they turn to solid fats, like shortening, margarine, a lot of baked, like if you go in the grocery store and get some a bakery goods like muffins, that has a lot of trans fat. So remember that we want to create a lot of variety in our diets. There's not one special food. I think I have a lot of patients who say, oh, what can I eat every day that's going to help prevent or help protect my heart health?
What's some supplement that I can take to make sure I'm healthy?
Exactly. And you know what? The best supplement is eating directly from, fruits and vegetables. They're filled with nutrients and vitamins, and you want to get a variety, not eating the same fruit every day, getting a variety. And there's so many options now when you go online. There's so many different recipes. So, just because we eat, for instance, a traditional Filipino meal, maybe culturally, I eat adobo,
mountain of rice.
Yeah. So for example, remember, look at the substitutes. Maybe instead of regular soy sauce, you are now eating low sodium. Maybe instead of getting pork, now you're getting the skinless chicken. I know these are kind of hard, but remember, when we build habits, this is all the more going to help in the long run. And so we're going to go to the next topic, which is sleep, or being more active. Yeah, physical active. So being physical active. So what is this defined as? How much do I need to exercise? If we look at the American Heart Association, again, they are recommending that adults get 2.5 hours of moderate exercise or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise a week. That is equivalent to 30 minutes, 5 days a week, or 15 minutes, very short. 5 days a week, but this is rigorous. So what does that mean, Sister Mia? Well, moderate exercise is like walking, dancing, or gardening. So examples are this, like, how do I know my heart is pumping? An example is you can talk, but you can't sing. So if you're in a group with your friends and you guys are going hiking or you're walking and you're singing your favorite tune, your heart is not working hard enough. You need to pick up your pace or maybe go up a hill. How about vigorous exercise? Examples are like running, swimming, or jump roping. And so an example of this is you can speak, maybe say a few words before you take a breath. So not complete sentences, or you're breathing very hard. So this is vigorous exercise. So if you are speaking in complete sentences, then this is considered moderate exercise, right?
Brother Jeffrey, our director, says he takes a brisk walk to the fridge.
And it's not only recommended for adults, but also children. Children are recommended to have an hour of daily exercise.
So much more than adults.
Yes, play and structured activities. Not only does it help with heart health, but overall health. So make it a habit. Find ways with the family to get everyone moving. The next thing I wanted to talk about is about sleep, sleep. So we look at this diagram here. I did put how much sleep to get. And again, recommendations from American Heart Association. For adults, we are recommended to have 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Children 5 years and younger recommended to have 10 to 16 hours of sleep with naps. 6 to 12-year-olds, they should have 9 to 12 hours of sleep. And then 13 to 18-year-olds, these are our middle school and high schoolers, right? Should be getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Why? Why do we need sleep? Remember, the sleep is the time when your body is repairing itself. We are repairing and healing any damaged blood vessels, any damaged organ tissue. And by doing this, we build a stronger immune system. We have better brain function. and it helps our focus and alertness. So you can see that it's also important to have a good sleep hygiene.
Right.
Create a bedtime routine. Maybe not look at your social media at night.
When I want to doom scroll, Sister Mia, it's my relaxation before bed.
I'll make sure I'm tracking my sleep on my phone.
Just remember, limit that time, because anytime there's a bright light shining in your face, it stimulates us, and we don't get the right hormones that make us sleepy or drowsy to get sleep. So create that hygiene, that bedtime routine to really promote sleepiness. And then these things I wanted to bring up, we didn't talk about these habits, but these are factors, health factors. So these are specific things that influence our heart health. Some may be challenging to change because maybe it's in our genes. Maybe it's handed down from our family. So if you have one of these, remember, it means that you're already impeding your heart health, and it may already cause some damage to your body. What are these things? Well, if you have an elevated blood sugar, like diabetes or prediabetes, it's important to control cholesterol. So if you have high cholesterol, it gives you that risk for atherosclerosis, which are the blockages in those pipes. Managing your blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, make sure if you're on medications for any of this, you take it consistently, not when you need it. It means you need it every day. I'm going to go to the buffet,
Sister Mia. I got to take my medication.
Always take it every day. And then lastly, a healthy weight, right? So that's why it's important to understand everything that affects the heart so that we can get control and make a plan.
All right. That's a lot of information.
Points.
Yes.
All right. Actually,
but what's not solid is the blockages in my heart.
that is not solid. We shouldn't want that. But let us go back to our chat question for those watching and listening. So when it comes to heart health, what do you feel is the hardest to stay consistent with? So it looks like, well, there are some that are saying thank you for the educational health topic from Ka Alex Onyate. So thank you both for tuning in, and we hope you're all benefiting from this.
Yes.
What else do we have here in our chat, Tracy?
Brother JC says the brother sleeping in the picture looks very comfortable. I wonder who that was in the picture.
With their phone.
With their phone on their stomach.
Caught right there. All right.
We have another comment here.
Yeah, so actually from Matt Makadang, good morning, po. Happy viewing for the District of Orange County, or OCC.
Oh, hello, OCC.
Hi, here to support my auntie. Let's go, Sister Mia. Yeah, family. And she's not kidding. She would always force us to eat our vegetables growing up, but we thank her for it now. There we go. You see, it pays off.
Jeremiah Payne says, I try to work out and lift weights. That's a good habit.
That is very uplifting. Yes, very
inspirational.
Yes.
Yeah,
we see you posting it on social media. And from Brian Burling, protect the cardiac health of others. Don't go big in the heart.
No, let's not sing. Don't do it. It's playing in my head. Broja says, good sleep is hard to stay consistent with. That is something that I struggle with as well.
Yes. All right. So thank you so much. We have one more chat question before we end our discussion. So we want to hear you kind of keep a little accountability as we continue on throughout the rest of this year. What's one small habit you'd like to improve this month to take better care of your heart? Let us know.
Not just this month.
The whole year.
All the time.
And all the time. Yes.
Sister Mia, as we wrap up our discussion, for someone who wants to start caring for their heart, but they feel overwhelmed because, we have a lot of information, like these are all good points that you've made and shared with us. But, what if somebody's feeling overwhelmed? What are one or two like realistic changes that, I can make or that our viewers can make that you would recommend starting with?
Yeah, good question, because it's always hard. You're right. A lot of information. Remember, with any type of change, you need to create a plan. There's a saying, nobody plans to fail. They just fail to plan. So it's important to remember your goals. Remember, what is the benefits of heart health? Remember, we can extend our life and the quality of our life. Do we want to grow old? And when we're older, also travel around the world, still be able to enjoy certain foods so that you're not on a very restricted diet. You want to carry or play with your young grandchildren. Think about this so that it'll help with overall health, right? So what are some things that you can do? Just focus on one thing at a time. And it really starts, if you want to focus first on diet, it starts with shopping. When you're grocery shopping, don't reach out for those bag of chips, or maybe the easy things, right? Maybe avoid
Don't
the
shop when you're
spam.
hungry.
So
All
you
that.
want to go ahead and purchase the things. Maybe you're now, again, instead of getting the pork, you're getting fish, or now you're getting low sodium soy sauce instead of regular soy sauce. So making those small little changes are gonna add up, right? And then obviously, maybe you are a busy a parent or a college student. I'm always on the go. I can't touch my diet. That's just the way it is, Sister Mia. Well, then exercise. Focus on the other thing, or work on sleep. You don't have to do all three of them, but you're working on a progression, something to get better each time. Maybe if you can't do the diet, now you're going to focus on sleep. I have a 7-month-old today, and she's waking me up a lot. So trying to get moving and also eating a better a diet that, of course, or a healthy eating pattern definitely will help promote good heart health. Additional things I wanted to bring up, because I think this is also important for everyone to understand. So other things that can help promote heart health is going to your annual physicals.
I did that early this year.
Good job. So whether it's a doctor, physician, a nurse practitioner, or a physician assistant, go see them once a year. We check and screen if we do labs. So we'll check for things like if you have diabetes, cholesterol. We'll also check your blood pressure, and we'll also, get your family history to determine if you have certain types of risks of diseases. I've gave this analogy before. It's kind of like when you take care of your car. A lot of us go and get maybe the tires rotated. We get the oil change because we want to prolong the life of our car. What about our health? Are we getting that proactive approach where we're screening and making sure we can take control and also prevent things? Remember, these things don't just happen overnight. You don't get high cholesterol after eating a big buffet at night. This is happening over years and years of not eating the right things, not exercising, not getting adequate sleep. So if you build up now, if you have a lot of bad habits, start correcting it now, because it's going to help, 10 years down the road, 50 years down the road. Another thing I wanted to offer is, if you go to www.heart.org and search for My Life Check Calculator, it's really cool. It gives a summary of your heart health. You enter your age, your weight, how much fruits and vegetables and grains you get throughout the week, your activity level. If you have labs like your blood sugar or your cholesterol levels, you can also put it in. And at the end, it gives you a percentage of how your health is, whether it's 70%, 80, 90%. We kind of know what that means. It's out of 100. And then it'll give you some pointers. Maybe you need to exercise more or eat more. So it's a good starting point that you can bring to your primary care provider to talk more about. Lastly, I want to also bring up a point of, what if I have family history of heart disease? For instance, if you have first-degree family members, brother, sister, mom or dad, or siblings who have had a heart attack or stroke, you have a greater risk of having heart disease. So talk to your primary care provider, and you can ask them some questions. You can ask, is it okay? Should I get an EKG, a stress test, or even a CT calcium score test? What are these? These are special tests that look at the heart, the structures of the heart. A CT calcium score test is a low dose scan, and it looks at the map of your blood vessels.
So we're going to see a picture of our body,
yeah,
like from the first slide that you shared.
From the slide.
Yeah.
And we check if there is blockages or narrowing of the blood vessels to see if you're at risk for maybe a heart attack or stroke. Now, everyone is different. I'm not your provider. So go see your primary care provider and ask questions. Give them a heads up so they can prepare and say, on top of my annual screen, I would like to talk about my health risk or my heart risk, and if it's indicated to get these tests. So I hope this was helpful. I know it was a lot of information, but I'm very happy to share it.
I really like the point that you shared, that last point about discussing your concerns with your primary care provider, because I think that's something that people overlook. You go into the doctor's office and you're just, oh, I don't really want to talk to my provider. I just want to get this over with. But really, we have to take charge of our health.
Exactly. Take charge. Don't, this is not the time to be, timid and shy. You're just listening.
Mhm.
This is your time to get active. Ask them questions. My labs might be normal, but should I be looking at something else?
Mhm.
And we actually like that. This is you're talking to an expert. You're not just Googling on the internet. You're not just searching on the internet, right? This is tailored health for you. So bring up your concerns, bring out your questions. And as a medical provider, we're always happy to educate.
That's right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sister Mia. Before we let you go, we have so many comments.
Yes, so from our director, Jeffrey, what about whole foods, like donuts?
Those are not,
I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
Okay.
Dennis says, way to go, Sister Mia. She's all heart.
Oh, pun counter. Okay. And we have from the Katabais, advance happy birthday to our niece, Danica Jordan Katabay.
Happy birthday. Mario Oka says, good morning here in the Philippines and enjoy watching here on INCRadio San Diego Satellite Studios. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. And from Sister Precious Capistrano, what do you say to 10K steps a day or 10,000 steps? Is this proven to be effective, or do we start somewhere lower, like 5K, work up from there, or what we can realistically handle?
What do you say to that, Sister Mia?
Good question. I always say speak with your primary care provider, but there are some guides, right? We talk as long as you're moderate. If you are doing the 10,000 a day and you're getting that moderately brisk walk in, and it's for 30 minutes 5 times a week, then that should be adequate, right? So time yourself, keep a watch and see if that's enough. But of course, I don't know your history, so we always encourage you to see your primary care provider. But on the side, I'd be happy to discuss further.
All right, and she's here in our district.
Yes.
Okay.
Justin says, happy to say that I got 9 hours of sleep last night. Good for you, Justin.
Good start. And from the Katabais, eat vegetables and sleep before 10 p.m. That's a good goal.
Sister Phoebe says, drink enough water, hydration.
Yes. Did you drink water yet?
Yeah, did you drink water?
Maybe it's a water check right now. And from Sister Mel Payne, be physically active and make better food choices.
That's right.
No more lechon.
No, I mean, lechon in moderation.
Moderation.
Yes.
Not
Don't make
everything.
it a habit.
Yeah, don't make it a habit. Not like a weekly, it's time for my weekly dose of lechon. All right, Sister Mia, thank you so much for sharing the wealth of knowledge that you have with us today. Do you have any shout outs before we let you go?
Yes. Shout out to all our listeners and viewers around the world. Also wanted to greet happy birthday to my nieces, Peyton Hove and Sage Aggregato, to my husband who has a birthday on the 17th.
Wow.
And also to my mom who's turning 76 on the 26th.
All
Wow.
right. Happy
birthday.
birthdays. All right. We'll bring you back on later, Sister Mia, but we'll see you
Thank
shortly.
you so much. Oh, Tracy, my heart feels full. And
But not full of blockages.
no, it's not. But just knowing that there are steps I've been taking just to improve my health and also just being
And
open-minded.
now we're more equipped to
yes,
take care
more
of our heart.
equipped, especially with how busy we are or occupied we are with our jobs.
All right. Well, I mean, Hannah,
Yes.
I see something in there. What is that?
I mean, I can still see it given my we're still healthy here standing. So
Yes.
let us look on the horizon.
All right. So on February 1st, we had our booklet. Meetup booklets are the married brethren in the church. And let's look at these pictures here from various local congregations.
Looks like they're all having fun and camaraderie there.
Yes. All right. And then what's a current event?
So upcoming on February 16th, we have our Unity Games
Woo!
basketball edition. So this will be in San Marcos. The address and venue is there at 8 a.m.
All right. And that's what's on the horizon for the San Diego Satellite Studio.
Tracy!
I'm getting high.
Yes! All right. Calm down. All right.
I'm coming down.
Now we have our local shout out challenge. So this is from last week. And in no particular order, here are the top 3 winners from last week's challenge.
All right. We have the local congregation of El
Alcohol!
Cajon.
And the local congregation of
Hammett. And the local congregation of
Temecula
Valley. And speaking of Temecula Valley, we have a special introduction for everybody today. I'm sure somebody in Temecula Valley already knows, but let us introduce Brother JC Laxon.
Welcome, brother. Hello.
Hello, Brother JC. Please introduce yourself. Who are you? What are you doing here?
So I'm the new resident minister of Temecula Valley. Yeah.
All right, I'm sure
Welcome.
Temecula Valley is very excited. How do you like it here in San Diego so far, brother?
Oh, it's awesome. Everything I hear about, all the good things I hear about are true. Very sunny.
Mhm.
And even the brethren, they're very welcoming and very loving po.
Oh, that's right. Have you heard our shout out?
No, I have not yet.
No, I'm sure Brother Matt has said it already before, but our district shout out is
Christ SDC.
Rise
Rise
Up.
Up.
All
Rise
right. You knew
He's
it.
got it,
You
he
knew
got
it.
it.
You got it. All right. I'm sure we'll see more of you, Brother JC, throughout the district, and maybe we'll see you at the Unity Games basketball. Are you playing?
Oh, no.
Supporting from the sidelines.
Yes, I will be supporting the sidelines.
Oh,
For your
right.
local, yes.
Do you have any greetings or shout outs you'd like to share, brother?
Oh, just shout out to, of course, our district minister, Matt. Hello po. And also, I guess, my family that's at home right now.
Are they tuning in?
Yes, they are.
All right. That's awesome. All right, let's give it up for Brother JC.
See you around.
All right. Well, that's all we have time for on the show today. My heart's still racing. I should get checked by my primary care provider. maybe it's the big cup of coffee I had this morning. But we'd like to say our thank yous and farewells. We'd like to thank Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our executive minister, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo, our deputy executive minister, and Brother Wally Taray, our INC radio station manager.
We also want to acknowledge and thank our supervising minister, San Diego County, Brother Matt Capistrano, Brother Alex Oñate, our assistant supervising minister of San Diego County, Brother Ace Pardas, our CFO overseer, and Brother Christian Ko, our district multimedia advisor.
Up next is INC Radio Sacramento, our friends from Sacramento, but be sure to stay tuned next week because what are we talking about, Hannah?
Well, we will be talking about from meetings to meetups and married life, so highlighting the Bookwood monthly meetups.
Yeah, they already got a sneak preview earlier from On the Horizon, but we'll talk about it more next week. So stay tuned. But that's all we have time for today's show. Be safe. It's kind of hazy outside. Maybe be prepared for rain. I don't know anymore sometimes. But we will catch you on the next wave. Come on now. Woohoo. Wave, come on, wave. Look at the cameras right there. Yay. See you next time, everybody.